And we're live. Good evening, ladies and gents, or morning, or afternoon. How's everyone doing? We're back, yes. Week in, week out. 2 consecutive live streams on Saturdays. How's everyone doing today? So, who do we have? We have Jeffrey from Print 3D channel. Hey, Jeff. Louis Patch. All right, yo. Chris, Mr. Maker, CJ, Brian, Roy, Ritual, Patrick. I decided to start a little bit early, so like 9 minutes early. Mainly because, well, everyone's asleep and I was getting bored waiting. Hey, Richard, Kevin, 3D Maker Kid, Danny, Martin. All good from my end. Audio, video, hair. Hey, Mike. Christopher, Gareth, Glenn, Mr. Flibble. So, tonight we have Tevo Michelangelo. And the question is going to be, as Joel put it, is it gonna paint or is it gonna eat pizza? But I'm a bit hopeful actually. Looks like a decent little machine. I've so far have yet to have like a really, well, not really, like a bad experience with a Tevo product, except for the Tevo Tarantula. I don't like to talk about that much. I still have to get my hands dirty with that Tevo Tarantula. Joel! So happy you could come by, man. So any bets on tonight? Pizza or David? Joe, what do you think? All right, so let's start taking it out. So for those of you who don't know, this is the latest 3D printer from Tevo. It should be completely assembled. Well, except for the feet, because they're in here. Some screws. There's a knob, and there's also a test cube. This test cube looks half decent. Lots of inconsistent layers. Let me see if I can, hold on just a second. Let me bring this over here. Makes my life easier. I dropped something. All right, so. This is the test cube. As you can see, I'm going to try to get some like proper light on it. There you go. So there are some inconsistent layers, but I've learned that's not Z-banding. That's just fine-tuning filament, which I'll do a video on, by the way, on how I dial in filament. Hey, JT. Bonjour and bilego. So, in VR, how do I look? Wait. How does that look in VR? Okay, so let's see what this box of mystery holds. Like really good packing. If Tevo don't do anything bad, if Tevo do everything bad, like the one thing they really always have spot on is the packing. It's always right on point. But as I said, I have yet to have a really bad experience with the Tevo product. I love my little monster. I love the tornado. So we'll see. Maybe this will surprise me even more. Okay. Okay. That was easy. That's it. Don't need those. Don't need those. And that's the assembly for this evening. Thank you very much for joining. I'll see you guys next time. Okay. I don't want to break anything. Like I tend to do. Actually, it doesn't look that bad. The paint at the bottom, like this is not actually silver. Let me change we go. Let me just fix this. There. So this is not silver. This looks like a camo gray. It's very industrial looking. Let me just throw that in. That'll be ready. Now I didn't get my knife. Okay. I can use this. Joe, did you get the grease spray ready yet? I actually bought some machine oil, which now I just remembered I left outside. Hopefully I won't be using it with this. No more grease spray for me. It's funny because after last week's live build, like next morning I was going through the instructions, and there's like a massive page, like with this, you know, yellow highlighted sign saying only use fine machine oil, don't use any other type of grease. I was like, okay, my bad. However, I do have a point to stress with that. Instructions need to be a little bit better. Okay, I'm just gonna stick these on. Clean tools. Too big. Just right. Okay, these are the end stops. I'll put these on and I'll try to give you guys a bit of a closer view. The end stops seem like kind of like inductive, like proximity switches. So I'm sure you guys will explain to me what they are. I'm getting interlacing. Whoa. Interlacing on the main cam. That's really bad. So the specs on the printer are, it's 150 by 150 by 150 print volume. Not too small, but not too big. Hey, thank you very much, 3D Kid, man. Thank you so much. How are you doing? I'm having some technical difficulty at the moment. So, yes, I was saying 150 by 150 by 150 print volume. It does not have a heat bed though, and possibly slightly disappointing. I can make my peace with that as long as the print quality is good. And the reason for that is that I do print a lot of PLA, not necessarily ABS or PETG, but a lot of PLA. I'm doing fine, 3D Kid. Tired, busy with the new place coming along. I just realized it doesn't have a spool holder. Okay. I would have liked, I don't know if I can print directly on this. It looks like paint. Or if I should use tape. I'll probably use some tape. So, let's see what happens. I'm going to switch it on. You guys ready? In 3, 2, 1. Hey, Denise. It works. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Wait, let me fix the camera. I am the best 22. Thank you very much, my friend. Too bad no USB port connected to Octoprint. It doesn't have a USB port? No, it doesn't. I know, it does. It does have a USB port. Right there. Patrick, no, I asked them to delay the Mark IIIs just a little bit. I would like to wait. Hold on, let me just fix this and then tilt it down a bit and then zoom a bit more and then pan it a bit more and then do okay and then another okay. And ooh, let me see if I can. So unfortunately, it's a bit bright. Can't actually see it because it's quite bright. So, let me see if I'm missing anything. Flashlight's ready. Without a heat bed and PLA. Well, it's not like I'm going to open it. I mean, strictly speaking, okay. It's not that I blind trust a machine, but I have to because most people will, and I have to look at a machine as most people would, and that is, this is advertised as a pre-assembled machine that just comes out of the box ready to print, and that's what I would have to expect. Okay, let's get some tape, if I can find some tape. Seriously? Nothing here? I am so not prepared today. I had some tape, but I used it up to do something else. And I didn't bring it back. Let me see if I have some there. I don't. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I didn't have to. It wasn't far away. I just left it there. It's here. I have tape. Noob the noob. Exactly. F5 is your friend. It is. Still a little bit to go, but it is my friend. I also noticed I don't have a spool holder ready. But it's okay. We'll see what we can do. Hey, Denise. Okay. This I don't like that much. I don't like having to use tape. I think using tape is completely outdated and shouldn't be used anymore. Really shouldn't. I also think that you should have a spool holder. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to just... Ooh! Has a bed leveling function. But doesn't have auto bed leveling. I think it's just a matter of... Let's see. Bed level. Home me first. That's actually quite quiet. I'm going to make a reserve about 3D printers on Monday. Dude, you missed my tip. Seriously? I did? Hulk 3D Proto. Oh my god. I'm so sorry, dude. Ben, thank you very much, man. Thank you so much. It just popped up. I think they happened both at the same time. It didn't bring up the notification. Thank you very much, Ben. Thank you so much, buddy. What is the price? It's about $200. I'm going to reserve any judgment for now. So we did bed leveling. We went home me first. The reason why you cannot see anything is because even I can barely see anything. So first we're going to do front left. Then that is like really quick. Kimantero, thank you very much for the €5, man. Thank you so much, buddy. So it's... Wow, that's actually spot on. Front right. Front right, rear right. And rear left. Like this is quiet and fast. You missed my 2 tips. Solus, oh my god. Why is it not bringing this up for me? I'm so sorry, guys. Let me just, you know what I'm going to do? Let me open Super Chat in another window so I know whenever you guys are sending me something. It's even Super Chat. All right, okay. I am the best. Solus. Barnum Beer, Hawk 3D Proto, Solus again, Kimontero 26. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys have no idea. I cannot begin to explain how much I appreciate these tips right now. Solus, I truly apologize. It's bringing them up on that screen, but not on this screen. Let me do... I need to find a way to see and get notified. Let me see what I can do, because I'm testing Streamlabs, and there you go. Go have some pizza. Oh, Eddie, thank you very much, man. Thanks so much, buddy. Joe, tell me I don't need this. I can't at the moment because I have no idea. But I'll let you know. I'll let you know. So let's see how this pans out. So unfortunately, I don't have a spool holder, so I'm gonna have to make do with unspooling this as I go along myself. This could be slightly more. There you go. All right, shall we try printing something? Imagination to form. Hey, Don. All right, so we're gonna prepare. We're gonna actually, you know what? I have to see if there's anything on the SD card first. Huh, there is. Ripple, test G code, and test G code. So we're gonna do prepare. We're gonna do set home offsets, disable steppers. It actually has quite a few interesting additions to the menu. So set home offsets. It has like an assisted bed leveling, which is really nice. I mean, the print bed is small, so you don't need much of assisted bed leveling, but it always helps. If it works out of the box. So the power supply fan just turned on. I don't know if you guys can hear it. The mic is actually almost right next to it. Not that loud, actually. Not loud at all. It moved really quickly, so looking good so far. I'm just looking around to see if I have a spool holder lying around somewhere, which I don't. Oh, yes, I do. I do have a spool holder. Ha. So let me get this out again. No matter how many printers I have, I always need more spool holders. So let's just do this. I'll throw this in here. And then we'll grab this. We have a spool holder thanks to Spinner Hands. I am the best 22. Thank you very much, buddy. Again, I see your FL Sun, Black Delta printer. Would you recommend that or the Tevo Little Monster? Ooh, that is that is a tricky one, and I'll explain why. I'm really falling in love with that printer. It is quiet. It prints beautifully. Auto bed leveling, very fast printing. Has quite a few nice features. Wi-Fi. Power off resume function. It doesn't have run out filament sensor, which is a shame, but I really like it. I really, 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 really like it. Do I recommend it over Tevo Tornado? Depends on your needs. Delta's different beast than... Hold on. So, let's begin. I'll get back to the FL Sun very quickly. Ripple test. So, why is it 230 degrees for PLA? It's a bit too much. Would I recommend it over... I didn't miss Sulis again. I really didn't. It didn't come up. Last message I got from Sulis was, don't ignore me. Don't be sorry. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I'm testing out this new software and... Oh my god. And Yakov. Dude, Yakov, thank you very much, buddy. Thank you so, so much. So this is printing away. Like, nice and easy. Yes, what was I saying? Tevo, little monster, not tornado. Okay. How did I... That went down there. Tevo, little monster. That's an interesting one. Honestly, I might favor a little bit more this because it's quiet and it has more features. Not to say that I don't like the Little Monster though. I love my Little Monster. After putting the TL smoothers on those, brilliant, and I plan to install a Do It Wi-Fi in the long run. He ignores well intent, but it's like, no, I'm sorry, Solus. I'm so sorry, dude. I need to find a way to get like a light or something that blinds me. Vincent, couldn't wait for the push. I will get it eventually. So bought an Ender too because of your video, among others, of course. Keep up the good work. Love the great thing, testing and criticism where needed. Thank you very much, Vincent. All you guys, thank you so much for tonight. Thank you. Aaron Brown, just got out of work. Did I miss the whole build? I love your videos, by the way. Thank you very much, Aaron. Well, strictly speaking, you missed the build because there wasn't one. Comes pre-assembled, so nice and easy. Thank you so much, guys. Stephen Edward Kelly, shout out from Phoenix, Arizona. Hey, Phoenix, Arizona. I really miss the States. I really want to go back to the States. If all goes well, maybe this year we'll do New York Maker Faire. Maybe, we'll see. With the new place, lots of expenses. Gets a bit difficult, which is why we're not going to Murph this year, unfortunately. Like, that's fast. Let's see what's happening. It seems like it's slightly under extruding. Let me see if I can... So tune. So fan speed is 0. Let me just give it a layer to go through. Full review coming soon? Absolutely. Of the FL Sun QQ, you saying? Because if so, yes, that's coming soon. In Streamlabs, you can set up a sound for donations. I have, but the problem is if I set the sound, like to come up on this, then it will just stay echoing on the microphone. I need to get headphones. I keep saying this. It is. It is really fast. Like it's really, it's quick. Just slightly under extruding, so I'm just gonna adjust the flow. So the fans are off. I don't know why. So I'm just gonna switch the fans on. It has 2-part cooling fans, which is always a plus, especially for a PLA only machine. But thankfully, they do advertise it as a PLA and TPU only machine, which is very fair, as that's how it has to be. How big is the print volume? It's 150 by 150 by 150. Like it's only under extruding. That's the only problem. I might, but this thing is like ridiculously fast. I'm going to slow it down a bit. Like really slow it down. Just because that like is ridiculously fast. Let me see. This is skipping. Hold on. I think I know why. Yep, I know exactly why. So I just had the same exact problem I had on the Tevo Tornado, which is ironic or weird or whatever. And that is the screw of the gear that pulls the filament in, and their like Titan extruder. It's almost completely undone, so it was slipping. Now it's okay though. I'm just checking if it's still under extruding. It is still under extruding a little bit, so I might need to slice and model myself. It's just too fast. You know, like 75%. That's okay. So, let me just refresh everything. How big is the print volume? What printer is that for? Young, STL for the spool holder. Time for printing. Yes, if you go on. So, JT, thank you for all that you do for the community. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank JT. JT is one of my Patreons. He's absolutely awesome. So thank you very much for the additional support, man. This or the Ender 2? I don't know. I really like the Ender 2. I have yet to have an opinion on this. Currently, it's like stupid fast. Like ridiculously fast at the moment. But it doesn't make any difference if it's not printing well, whether it's printing fast. The Ender is good because it has a heat bed and a taller build volume. Slightly cheaper if I'm not wrong, so that gives it a huge advantage. But for those that do not want a kit at all, the Ender, while a relatively small kit, almost partly assembled, still a kit. The Creality Ender is a very good printer. Is a very good printer, and I know people have like farms made out of Ender 2 because they trust them really well, and it is a really good printer. But what makes a printer a really good printer? It's not the fancy stuff. That's all bonuses. To me, it's reliability and print quality. That is all that matters to me. In a 3D printer, I want to be sure that when I throw something to print, it's going to print it well, it's going to finish it. And it's actually going to print it. The Mark III is quieter than this. Oh yes, absolutely. Tune. I'm gonna increase the nozzle temp a little bit. Just to help it because it's still going quite fast. Okay. No matter how much I slow it down, it's still like really fast. Okay, let's do 60% of the actual speed. Okay, that I'm happy with. See, now that makes more sense. It's just stupid fast. The light speed. What about the new FlashForge products? I really can't wait. Know anything? I've seen a few when I was at TCT in Birmingham. But other than that, I don't know anything else. My Ender is quieter than the Mark III because I put TMC 2130s on there. You'd also have to put Noctua fans. Then it would be possibly as quiet as the Mark III. I am the best 22. I'm thinking Tevo Little Monster because of the 2.5 times print times compared to the FL Sun Delta. True. That really helps. The build volume of the Tevo Little Monster is incredible. It's absolutely insane. And even with the large build plate, first of all, before I continue, thank you very much. Just highlight my name. There's no need to leave a tip to ask me questions, but I truly appreciate it. So as I was saying, during Christmas I had some orders for little trinkets, and the large build volume of the Tevo Little Monster just allowed me to put like 16, 20 at a time, and while every printer was printing almost the same amount in maybe 12, 13 hours. The Tevo Little Monster was doing those in 6, 7 hours. So it helps a lot. But I do highly recommend you put TL smoothers on them. Also, the FL Sun, I do have the resin printer right here, which I'm also testing out. I have to say that I am really impressed with FL Sun products. They seem to know what they're doing. Do you know some Portuguese in Malta? I know some Portuguese people in Malta, but I don't know any Portuguese myself. Yeah, I noticed. That's why I'm refreshing the Streamlabs, like the donations page every few seconds, so I don't miss anything. What are you printing? I have no idea. Joshua, yes, Joshua is also another awesome Patreon of mine. All my patrons are incredible people, and I've given them a sneak peek of many things. One that I'm working on, one that I'm extremely excited to share about. I'll do a video next week about it. I'm trying to evolve the channel a bit, do more than just reviews. Is that a long print? Keep up the good work. I don't. Well, it's probably about 25% through. Okay, so that was the problem that it had. The temperature was like way too low. Should I get a Tevo Tornado or the CR10? I don't mind doing a few modifications like the smoothers for the Tornado. If that is the case, I'd probably lean towards the Tornado for a couple of reasons. One, the 24-volt system and the AC heat bed just make it so easy and so quick to heat up. It does need TL smoothers, or it does need some work, as all printers do, but it's definitely worth the price. So just another pre-sliced file from a factory SD. Yes, I feel adventurous. Hopefully, I will never have to endure a day where I just decide to use something pre-sliced from a factory and come out with some phallic object. Did it come with an STL for a spool holder? No, it didn't. Can you focus the camera some more? Looks a bit blurry. Okay, hold on. Let me see what I can do. It should be... You know what? Actually, let's do... Wait. Let me help you guys out so you guys can see. Let's do that there. There. Closer? Closer? Yes, closer. Camera zoom focus is automatic, should be fine. Okay. There. I'm still waiting for FT5 review with the Do It. I honestly speaking, there's only one thing left I need to do, and it's gonna have to be me designing it, and that is the idler for the belts. Because the belt keeps coming out of the standard idler that comes with it, so I just need to figure out a way to modify that. I have a Tevo Tarantula, total 0 hours of print time. Don't worry. Truth is, even I have a Tevo Tarantula, and it has about 2 hours worth of printing because all I did was print a Benchy on it. As soon as I printed Benchy, I realized it needed quite a bit of work, so I put it to the side and it's still on the side. Unless my surround preset is on a different setting and not picking it up, this one seems super quiet. It is very quiet, actually. It's not stupid quiet, like Prusa Mark III quiet. It's funny how Prusa is now setting standards. But it's very quiet. From this angle, looks more of a painter than a pizza eater. I'm gonna have to agree because it does actually look quite clean. Layers look very clean. I'm still going to be much more interested in knowing after I slice an object, but this is looking very clean. PLA would bring just to be safe, yeah. Do you find any of your sunglasses with the Michelangelo LCD? Mine's extremely bright. From this angle, what I've just noticed now is the Michelangelo screen, you have to be right in front of it to see clearly, because even at this angle, I can barely see anything. I've been through Thingiverse to look for the idlers for the FT5, but I just can't find what I need. Why did I slow it that much? That's still not slow, trust me. Ultimately, I still want to print it well. Let's do this. Let me accommodate you. Hold on. We just put some nozzle temperature up a bit more because it's going to go faster. So there. And it's 75% of the original speed. Okay, what do you suggest? Mohsin, yeah, watch from now. Don't worry, you can catch it tomorrow. What am I printing? I have no idea. I really have no idea. Looks like a fish, but it's not. Sulus, Kulus, I have no idea how to pronounce. Once again, thank you so much. Coolest guy. Thank you. Thank you so much. How much money do I ask for a 24-hour print? I need to do a video on this because a lot of people ask me how I calculate the prices for prints I do for customers. And I don't charge by time, I charge by weight. The only way I factor in time is for electricity, like to cover the costs of electricity, because that's a cost you have to factor in. But in my case, what I do, I do the costings of electricity, of the filament price, excuse me, the amount of weight that's going to be used, and then just do a markup on that, sort of like the profit side of it. Seeing as it's a business, I don't want to get paid by the hour, at least not yet. I'm just, just putting a markup on print. So 24-hour print could be a really small print that takes a very long time, or a really large print that I can do within 24 hours. I've had 24-hour prints which cost like, I don't know, 35, 40 euros, maybe 50 euros. And I've had 24-hour prints which costs 100, 120, because it all depends on the material, on the printing settings, the weight, everything. Thanks, Ben. My Noob rack. If you guys haven't seen my Noob rack video, check it out. It's awesome. I'm very proud of it, actually. Very, very proud of it. I really want to do more of creating something, or I'd love to invent something or come up with something of my own idea. I'm not even sure what it is, to be honest. One up this little machine seems to have over the end there is that it does have a part cooling fan. Actually, it has two. It has a part cooling fan on each side. So that's two up over the ender. Apart from that, to be fair, visually, it feels much more solid. Even the weight on it is quite heavy. It looks awesome. Also, just as a side note, you can easily increase the height of this printer by changing the, this looks like a 20 by 40 over here. So increasing that, increasing the lead screw, and you have a taller build volume. Oops, sorry. Power costs is also a thing in 3D production studio. Angry just did a video on that. Pretty logical, of course. See, like for example, in my case, in Malta, heating the kettle up to do a coffee costs me twice as much as printing something on the Mark IIs in PLA for 4 hours. So that's the equivalent. Wish I could build my own, have a couple nice ideas, but not any idea how to implement. That's always the thing. I have many ideas, but just translating them into something is difficult. Video. That's my accent. It's one of my many accents, apparently. If the customer asks for 50 micron, the weight is the same, but it takes forever. How do you do it? It's still the same amount of filament that is going to be used, but it's just going to increase slightly on the cost because of the electricity factor. So the difference in price might not be that big. I want to be, like in my case, I really want to be fair to customers, you know? You should brand and sell the rack. Make one for Noob. Yeah. Come up with a 3D Maker Noob 3D printer to go against the pushes and CR10s. Actually, I have, if you guys, any of you remember my ANET A8s, well, that no longer exists because I've changed everything. And now it's a fully custom i3 style printer. It has the Arbella frame, it has a Mark 42 bed, inductive sensor, a Rambo board with TMC 2100 drivers. It's going to have a runout filament sensor. It is super quiet, and I don't think I have it here. No, I don't. I've posted a photo of it on my Patreon. The Benchy came almost flawless, and I was so happy with the result. Do you enable tips on Thingiverse? I have not, but I have notifications of someone want to tip. Would you enable tips in the question? Honestly speaking, I had so many people try to tip me, and some of them contacted me asking me where they can tip me, that I just decided to enable them. Can you make a steam engine for me? Oh, I'd love to. It's printing a naked bust. It better not be. I'm gonna have to stop it. How's the quality so far? Actually, very, very good. Like, really good. In terms of like a pre-sliced G-code, I'd say it's very good. So currently my hopes are being set high, at least for PLA prints. Hey, Chubby Designs. Buy a vacuum flask. Wherever I boil the kettle, I fill up my flask so I don't have to keep reboiling. It's actually, I do have one of those. You might have to add cost of not being able to sell more parts due to that one print taking a very long time, but that's up to the maker. That is true. However, in my case, my advantage is I have currently over about 12 printers in my printing farm with 5 more on the way. So I'm being fair, you know. I try not to be greedy. If it was like one printer which is, you know, making me money, then that's a different story. I think of it differently. Maker Noob 3D printer. I called it the Noobsa i3. But I still need to. See, the thing is, the A8, while I can see why it's a popular printer, and I really enjoy the A8. The A8 was one of those printers which really helped me learn about 3D printers. While I had already assembled a few, I put quite a lot of time and effort into the A8, and you grow to love it, and you constantly upgrade, and then you eventually end up with a completely different printer. But it teaches you so much about 3D printing. So what you got now? I will, Aaron. I definitely will. Tom! Filament Frenzy, ladies. Oh, guys, Filament Frenzy, find him on Twitter. He is the god of 3D printing. I have yet to see a print come out from this guy which is not just flawless. It bugs me, but he's awesome. So at Filament Frenzy, go find him on Twitter. Hey, Logical Waste, have a nice weekend, man. You tell me I am 15 and I don't have money. I'm having the wildest idea from the last couple of days. Mohsen, I think I recall you mentioning that in your country there's no one who imports, sells, or whatever. Excuse me. I don't sound arrogant, but go for it. Everything. I'm going to try to be philosophical here, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. It's going to wreck your brain, and you're going to want to give up. But try. Just try. If you can, if you have the means, somehow wreck your brain and try. Because that's what it's all about. You have to try. In order for me to be able to do this, Joel, to do this full time, it's risk. It's all about risks. We all have to take a leap of faith at some point and just hope for the best. You're either going to regret not doing something, or you end up saying, at least I tried. And I'd rather fail at something that I've tried doing than regret something that I didn't have the courage to do. So how long do you think it will take for things like Stratus's polyjet printers to become common and cheap? It's going to be a couple of years. I don't think it's going to take too long, to be honest, because all of a sudden the 3D printing industry is accelerating, like really going fast now. And you can buy SLA printers like the FL Sun or the Anycubic for a few €100. So it's like a transition. First it was FDM, next it's SLA, so eventually we'll get there. Why don't you try to upgrade the A to the AM8? Honestly, because the Orbalo printing, the frame of the Orbalo printing is probably one of the strongest frames on an i3 I've ever come across. It is just solid and heavy. BK Morpheus, thank you very much for coming, man. IFLX Gadget did my first print today. Awesome. I actually still remember the day I did my first print. Carmelo! How you doing, buddy? So Carmelo, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know, last week I had the absolutely awesome privilege of meeting Steve Wozniak, co-founder of Apple. He was in Malta. And it's thanks to Carmelo and Gaming Innovation Group in Malta that I was able to attend and be inspired by this amazing mind of a human being. So shout out to Carmelo and Gaming Innovation Group. What the heck is going to be this print? I have no idea. But it's like almost halfway through now. Hi there, can you tell me some tricks to improve the quality of the prints, like surface? Well, it all depends. Hold on, I need to, okay. It all depends on what the initial problem was. Send me a photo on Twitter, hashtag AskTheNoob. First video of Q&A will be out next week. Amazing flex. Thank you, Joe, for answering my question. I'm from India, living in Saudi Arabia. I told my father about my idea a couple of days ago. He will be retiring in a year or so, and he likes the idea. Then that's all that matters. One person. All you need is one person to push you and support you. That is all you need. And trust me, you'll do the rest. Have you checked out the Ender 4? I got one in January after being fed up of not being able to level the Ender Cleaner Delta's bit. No, I haven't actually. To make a noob, the one thing the A taught me is to hate things guts. If it works, never dare to touch it. True, very true. Disclaimer, I hate Apple, but I take inspiration from the gurus like the Woz. See, the thing is, I honestly speaking, deep down, I think even the Woz hates Apple. I have so much. My first printer. Karsten, nice printer, only complains size matters. True, I agree. Thank you very much, first of all, for the 17 kroner. I appreciate it. As for the size, like a Prusa 20 by 20 wouldn't be too much bigger, but these kind of printers, like you can change this axis and this axis, put a larger belt, and you have a larger printer. Disclaimer. I have to go give blood. Whoa. So waiting for my first printer to ship. So excited to get all this. So many live feeds, videos, and tutorials to get inspired by. Also, just subscribe. Your videos are top notch. Thank you very much, Mark. Thank you. Hey Joe, interesting video would be to explain to people how long it is remaining on a print when it just says 82%. There'll be some frustration. Yes, like for example, it might say 50% now, but then it just finishes like half a centimeter after that. And I still have yet to understand how a printer calculates the percentage of how much is left. What they did to... Agreed, Carmelo. And as he said, you know, he was never out to make millions. He just wanted to have computers accessible to everyone. Looks like it got the painter. It did. So this is a $200 printer? Yes, it is. Joe, brother, the hell is that print? I have no idea, Carmelo. I'm hoping it's going to be some kind of fish. Honestly speaking, I have absolutely no idea. I really no idea what it is. On the upside, it's looking really good. Once again, refresh. Hey, Joe and all, just get home. Hey, Ron. And I have some seriously awesome patrons. The percentage is usually just based on how many bytes out of the G-code file has been processed so far. Ooh, that would actually make sense. Because I did something which is behind me, but I cannot show you just yet. Only my patrons have access to it for now. Next week, you'll know. And it's like a big thing with a few small things, and up maybe like 80% of the way, it's just like a big base. And it was like 5% through. And everything else was just really little. And then it just started speeding up in terms of percentage upwards. Looks like the print they are using to see if there is salmon skin. Oh! I can tell you it has no salmon skin. It's actually really quiet. I'm quite happy so far. I can see myself using this printer quite regularly. We'll see. Still soon. Surprise print. One of these days you're going to get a video to monetize one of these. That's what I'm worried about. Gordon, hi Joe, I just tuned in. Is this printer comparable to the Creality Ender 2? So I think this is a direct competitor to the Creality Ender 2. Difference is that Creality has a slightly taller build volume and has a heat bed, whereas this doesn't. However, this on the other hand is completely fully assembled right from the get-go. It seems much quieter. It has part cooling fans. And honestly speaking, just feels much more robust and is much faster. Like a sword hilt. I have no idea what's... I wonder if it's like going to go up and I'm going to have a little axe. When are you going to show the latest A8 video? Very, very, very soon. Although strictly speaking, it's not going to be an A8. It's more like going to be like whatever happened to my ANET A8. So you're making it, I think these got the boards that they are putting in the Tornado going forward. Yes, that's what I'm thinking right now. That these are with the new boards, because I know they're upgrading all the boards. So if that's the case, this is awesome. No heat bed, no party. You work at gig, man. Every day is a party. I think you have it backwards, Joe. We patrons have some awesome creators. Thank you very much, Ron. How does it compare to the Ender 2? Print quality-wise, I still have to print more. This is like the first test print. Like it looks really good. Slightly uneven layers, but that's like filament settings. But it's looking really, really good. It's like some car without AC or heat. True, Mav. Possibly. Although, think of it this way. In some countries, you don't need an AC because the weather is always pleasant. And I'm going to repeat this quite often going forward. 80% of my prints are PLA. If I print PETG or ABS or any other like exotic filament, it's usually a very custom print. I'll print very little, and I usually tend to have printers like for ABS. Nowadays, I pretty much only use the Sigma, the BCN3D Sigma R17 because I put an enclosure, and ABS prints are always flawless on that machine. So unless I have to, unless I have a really big order, I won't print on anything else with ABS. PETG, unless I'm doing something functional for the channel or something for home, I don't really tend to print it, but most customers will order PLA prints for me. And while a lot of people think, but it's a small print volume, I've had the ProFab Mini, which is the replica of the Monoprice Maker Select Mini V2. I've had that running day and night, and it was printing like just like 2 or 3 items, whereas other printers were printing 20, 30 at a time. This was printing like 3, but it was helping because it was quick and it was constantly churning out prints, and every little helps. Hey Joe and chat, I just tuned in. So this printer was just pulled it out of the box and powered on. Pretty much, I just attached, well, the knob on the front and the 4, what do you call them, the rubber feet, and started printing. Let me see how this is looking. Okay. PLA life matters. Tim Lapson was jealous how well it looked. Can you do a video about how you do time lapse? I could, definitely could. Currently, I use the GoPro. I think it's the Hero 5 that I have. It's the black one. I really like it. It takes some really crisp images. I might start checking out a few other cheaper versions just to see how it looks. But yeah, you could definitely do one. Is PETG food safe? Well, strictly speaking, PETG is the same material used in Coca-Cola bottles, so I'd say yes. Joe, sometimes I'm wondering, why are you not drinking a beer right now? Michal? Pivo. No, wait, hold on. Is Pivo beer or Palivo? One's fuel and one's beer. That's how Polish people are. Pivo, Palivo. That's beer and fuel. Only reason I don't drink beer is because I don't smoke and I don't drink in front of the camera. Like smoke as in vape. Elgato Stream Deck. Oh, this is a lifesaver. I don't have much set up on it, but it helps a lot. I don't think you have an idea how much you and a select few other creators have benefited from the hard work that you all put into these videos. See, it's funny because with my patrons, I really feel guilty sometimes because I feel like you guys are parting with your money to support me and there's not much I can offer except these videos. And sometimes it's hard, sometimes life gets in the way, sometimes I cannot put out a video for quite a few days, which is why I'm inconsistent, and sometimes there will be days where I don't want to force positivity in front of the camera. So if I don't feel like I'm being genuine in front of the camera, I'm not in a good mood, I don't really wish to record. I don't want to portray myself as being like forcing myself to record a video. Like yesterday's video, the spool rack, I had so much fun recording that video because it was so natural. Everything was like happening. Like when I opened that box and I found that candy, I was just laughing my butt off. And even when I was recording, I didn't even realize, I got so into it, I didn't realize I still had the packet of candy in my hand. And that wasn't scripted. That was like, it was awesome. Pivo's the beer. There you go. Maybe take cam out an inch. Yes. Right. Oh, wait. Actually, you know what? I can just do this. There. So this tripod. This is the like jumbo something tripod. I'm going to be using this for vlogging. This is an awesome tripod. Did you get this printer sent to you for review by Gearburst or something, or did you buy it? So this printer, I apologize if I didn't mention this before, so disclaimer midway through. This printer was sent to me directly by Tevo in order for me to do the review. No money has exchanged hands with Tevo, but quite a bit of money has exchanged hands with Maltese Customs. While a lot of printers are sent to me for free for review, I tend to pay quite a lot of money in customs fees. But that's okay, that's part of the job. And ultimately, I need to review this as a user. Like, it's still an unbiased. That's another argument I need to pick up another video. I have so many videos I want to do. Like, are unbiased reviews really unbiased? As in, I do unbiased reviews. I say what I feel and how I feel, but I'm a consumer at the end of the day. I have to do a review of what a consumer is going to expect out of 3D printer. I'll say the good and the bad, but like me as a consumer, wouldn't that be a biased review? Thoughts? Let me refresh this. I forgot what is the print. A paperweight. Hey, Lewis vapes. A lot of people are vaping in Malta. Did you vlog the fireside chat with Woz? No, I didn't. I didn't bring any camera equipment with me. I didn't want to be rude. I didn't want to be like that guy that went up to Woz and told him to take a photo with his prototype battery charger thingy. I mean, come on. Put life first, always. Those who donate totally understand, I think. True, but I still feel guilty. Can you send me the file, please? What file? What was I talking about? Which file? Hope you're writing the ideas down. I'm always writing something down. What's printing? I have no idea. Although it's coming to like, so it's, I'd say it's about 70% ready. Tell me about the custards. Yeah. I'm just fixing my Trunks X1. Does the Bowden reach down into the heater block? In some cases, yes, it does. I haven't tried the X1 yet. Karsten, 129 kroner. 17 kroner, too cheap. Just learning to use the super chat. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. I truly, truly appreciate it. Will you be doing a video of painting and setting up the new area? Actually, that's going to be a whole series that I plan on doing on how I'm going to set up my new makerspace. Really excited about it. Waiting for the garage door to be installed and then water, electricity, and then move in. How is the G-Tech D200 going? I still have to do a review on that. That is a beast of a machine. I don't use it as much as I would like to. Possibly because it's slightly noisier than the rest, but it still prints like really good quality. I just have to update the firmware to get that review out. But it's a really good printer. I mean, it's not the best printer out there for that price. I possibly think of a few other printers that I would rather have, like the Mark III, for example. But it's a decent printer. It has some nice features on it. I got into factory for elk. Have to finish the video later. I'll see you all later on Twitter and Patreon. Thank you very much, Joshua. I appreciate it, man. From the AV booth. Yeah, I actually know who that guy is. He asked me to print the box of the battery charger thingy with SLA. Good morning, Tim. Well, morning. Well, it is almost morning. It's like 11:30 in the evening here. When you get these printers, do you know they are coming or do they just turn up? Most of the times I know they're coming. Sometimes I have absolutely no idea. Sometimes I get contacted by a company saying they would like me to make a review of a printer. We'll agree. And then I don't hear from them for like months, and then all of a sudden the printer shows up. So, and unfortunately in Malta, if a company sends me something to review and I have no idea what they sent, customs will contact me, tell me, we need an invoice for this, and I tell them I don't have an invoice because I didn't pay for it because it's sent to me for review. So then they'll tell me I need to know what the price is, and I tell them I don't know, and they'll tell me it's a 3D printer, and I'll tell them I have no idea which 3D printer it is, and then tell me, well, send us a price of a 3D printer. So I'll send them a price. They will see that it's not the same. They will see that it costs more, and then I get fined. That's how it works. What's your favorite printer? Okay. I don't have one favorite printer, and I've come to that conclusion mainly because I use many printers for different things. Like, I can tell you now that my favorite printer for ABS is my Sigma. My Sigma R17 has been upgraded with an enclosure. It's been upgraded with Bondtech extruders. I'm going to upgrade it with E3D V6 hot ends. And it prints flawlessly nowadays, especially with the firmware upgrades. I love my Mark IIIs. I love my Mark II S's. I really, really like the JG Aurora A5. I really like the FL Sun QQ. The Pulse, the Matter Hackers Pulse. Those are all printers I use for specific reasons. Like the Pulse, I mainly use for nylon filaments, any abrasives because it's set up with a Bondtech and also the Ruby nozzle. So every printer has its function. I even love the ProFab Mini, the Monoprice Maker Select Mini version 2, because it just prints really good. Once you dial in the filament, it prints flawlessly. Have you checked the 4 Max from Cubic yet? What do you think about it? No, I haven't actually. 3D Kid, it's going great so far. I have no idea what we're printing, but it's going great. Nice scam they have. Exactly. I even had a case where I sent them an invoice of like for a free spool of filament that came from China. It was a Polymaker spool of filaments. Like it was free. They sent it to me for review. It arrived with FedEx. FedEx are the worst in Malta. And I told them like this was sent to me for free. And they told me I still need an invoice. So I contacted Polymaker. I'm like, could you please send me an invoice? And they sent me an invoice of like $1, you know, because it's a review sample. So I sent it to them. And then they told me this value is unacceptable. So I sent back to Polymaker and they did one for $10. And I sent it to them. And then the FedEx got back to me and said the value has to be at least $42. I'm like, are you actually telling me how much an invoice has to be so you can, you know, just for taxes? And they're like, that's how it works. I'm like, okay. So multi-customs are not a good thing then. Sometimes they are. DHL are by far the best. They've gotten used to me now. But FedEx, possibly the worst. UPS, quite decent. Now in Malta, in order not to pay taxes, it has to be less than $25. That's it. Anything over 25, you have 18% VAT plus duty. Austin. Given that you are not from area, amazing man. Well, the thing is, Malta has a lot of Latin ancestry, and we actually understand Arab because it's very close. We understand a lot of the words because they're very similar, which is probably why I can pronounce it properly. I was talking to Tevo, I might be getting this. Haven't heard from them in a couple of days. If I speak to my contact at Tevo, I'll remind him to speak to you, man. I'm getting a printer, CR10 or CR10S. Both very good choices. Martin, I'm not surprised. Have you seen the Uni/OL? It's an amazing fast SLA printer, like super fast. I think I've seen it. Was it the one on Kickstarter? I think I saw it. It looks awesome. I'm still waiting on the Beam 3D printer, the SLA printer. I did, Chris, but no, they didn't accept it. They wanted an invoice with a minimum amount that they stipulated. Who decides all these customs rules? Well, I guess it's customs themselves. Just on steel and aluminum so far, but may expand. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the way it tends to happen. What are you printing? I have no idea. But whatever it is, it's almost ready. It looks like, I don't know. I really don't know what it is. But the most important thing is that it looks good. Like it looks quite good. Layers are slightly uneven, not due to Z-banding though, just filament dialing in. What is a good printer for around $700? Prusa Mark III, FL Sun QQ, Tevo is a monster? There's so many. Have you tried Sunway BS Plus? No, I haven't. Kind of looks like an X. Thank you, X head. That's what it looks like. I'm waiting for a handle to pop out, but I don't think, because it's almost ready. I've had things sent to me from China, never got stopped by customs, and then for tiny things. Exactly, Carmelo. When I bought the Mavic Air, it went through. Not only did that went through, like about 2 weeks later, Gearbest sent me, sorry, the Mavic Pro, and 2 weeks later, the Gearbest sent me the Mavic Air for review. That didn't get stopped either. But then I got some parts for my, like the Truggy RC, which cost me like $33, and I got charged 18 euros worth of taxes on that, but not on the Mavic Air, which cost like $800. Like, what do you think about the carbon 3D printing? Carbon is a nylon filament, carbon fiber infused nylon filament, or is there a printer named Carbon? Go Give Blood. We'll catch up on seeing what the models when I get here. All right, Lee. Have a good one. I don't remember. Do you have a raised 3D printer? No, unfortunately not. I don't. Hey Joe, congrats on new home construction and sending regards to the family and wishing you continued success. Just want to stop in and say hello. Be safe and stay awesome. Happy extruding. Thank you very much. Happy extruding. You're getting me one. Well, you can come and play with mine. The Mavic, that is. You have got any new DIY projects planned? I have many. Depending on what though. Like I'm gonna do my new makerspace very soon. I'm working on like this. This is, I don't know if you can see it from there. Like it's mounted, like this thing is like ridiculously fast. It's like 70 kilometers an hour, like racing car. Or four-wheel drive car. So I designed this thing for the GoPro to mount on, but I wouldn't do it FPV. I think it would be cooler driving this at 70 kilometers an hour in FPV mode. What filament is this? It looks awesome. This is dust filament. This is Tom's 3DP Infinity Blue. It is incredibly good looking. How much is the Tevo Michelangelo? No. It's about $200, I think. $200, $209. There's also some codes, video description. Salutation from Quebec. Thank you. Salutations from Malta. Imjar. Does dust filament ship to the US? Yes, they do. And also, dust filament have been possibly one of the first to support the master spool concept. So you can actually just buy refills and then print your own spool. Support them. I still can't figure out what this is, and it's like 90% done now. I just realized that I didn't even see if everything like was tightened down, all the bolts. It's really bad. Don't do that when you have a 3D printer. Check that everything is tightened down. Belts are not loose, which this slightly is. This one's fine. This is slightly loose. It could do with a bit of tightening. So I was excited, okay? What do you think about PETG filament? Is it better than PLA? Depends for what. If you want prototyping, like quick prototyping, PLA is probably the best and the cheapest. PETG is great when you want to print functional prints. And PETG, CP from Filamentum are really, really, really good, strong filaments for printing functional parts. Was that the only thing on the SD card? No, there are two, but I think the other one is just a cube. Do you think you can make a DIY drone? Yes, I can. I actually have the parts to do it. I've bought everything. I've bought like even a kit to make my own drone. I have like 5 or 6 drones which I need to go out and try. Hopefully next week I'm going to allocate a few days where that's all I'm going to do. Record. It's difficult to record myself flying a drone without assistance. But I'll get to it. And yes, I do have all the parts. I have the motors, the ESC, and the propellers, and the thingies, and the receiver, and the sender, and the whatever, and the FPV camera. All the parts to put it together. So I will be doing my own DIY drone. A racing drone, that is. If the printer fails now, we'll never know. No, it's not going to fail. Don't jinx it. I'm calling it's going to be an odd shape. I'm going to say it's going to be a symmetrical one. Lars, hey again, Joe. I'm a bit late to the stream. Can you fill me in on what the stream is about and what I missed? The stream is about Michelangelo, the printer, not the artist, or the pizza guy, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Pre-assembled, as you can see it out of the box, started printing. I don't know what it's printing. It's a test print. Whatever it is, it's looking pretty. Is PLA more forgiving than PETG? To some extent, yes. PETG needs a bit more refinement in terms of setting. It needs better retractions. You have to get the right amount of cooling versus temperature. If you're printing on what you call it, PI sheets, make sure you use some Noob. See, I'm going to change the company name. I'm going to get them to change it to Noob. And because it makes it easier to take off from PI sheets. Cosmin, hello. Could be a really rubbish spoon. Really rubbish spoon. I have no idea what the hell this thing is. But it's almost there. I hope it just doesn't stop midway because that's it. Salmon skin test. Ah, okay. Well, I guess they really want to show that this thing doesn't have a salmon skin test. Salmon skin. Nice. EU makers. No, I haven't heard of them actually. Flown any of your large FPV drones? No, I haven't actually. Today I went to fly the Mavic Pro and the Mavic Air. It was a beautiful day today. Part 1 of 18. No. But I really need to go fly. Like I have, like this little guy is ridiculously fast. Like this. Like I cannot get the hang of this. It's like stupid fast. This is the FPV I fly indoors with. Then I have this one as well, which I still need to test out. And it's a Furry Bee. Yeah, quite a few things I still need to do. Not enough time. 24 hours is not enough in a day. Have you successfully printed PEG on a CR10? Yes, I have. It's just gonna, that's it, it's done. It's on the last layer. You need one drone in selfie mode while flying another drone. That's actually not a bad idea. Furry bee drones are amazing. I know, but that's why I really want to try and fly it. I have a Wakera Runner 250, which is like the large racing ones. I'm just scared. Do you have a favorite dish? As in food? Like, have you seen me? Every dish is my favorite dish. Lasagna, man. Lasagna, pizza, burgers. That's it. I could live on burgers, lasagnas, and pizzas if... Oh, man. Local time in Malta right now, it's 9 minutes to midnight. The robot arm in the back of the 3D printer truck. The Little Owl and Lizard 95 are amazing. Yes, the Lizard 95, yes. I know that is awesome. 110 miles an hour. Oh. You try putting Vecchia and ABS on the Anacubic Ultra Base. I have upgraded my net and I'm afraid. I have. I actually did a video on the Anacubic Ultra Base. And I did tests with the PEG and ABS. But since they don't have an enclosure, I didn't print large prints on ABS. I love Magic. We've been using JJ Aurora A5. Yes! Yes! Exactly. I've been using it a lot on the JJ Aurora A5. It's like a perfect combination. I have no idea what that is. Oh, God. We printed a thing. Okay, so let me see. Hold on. Let me see if we can do this. Okay, so slight layer. Oh, come on. Focus. Focus. There you go. So, very slight layer inconsistencies, very tiny. But other than that, that looks awesome. That looks like really good. Like really, really good. Like I'm extremely happy good. That is awesome. I love it. I have no idea what that thing is. I'm going to check. So the other one says test G code. We'll see. This thing came out really nice. Like it's smooth and nice, and I'm gonna have to create a profile. Like this looks really good. So, salmon skin. It's gonna be hard to show it on camera. It's like really faint. It dances. So that was like a test G code. I think it was dancing. Oh god. I have no idea what this is, but it looks good. Like really, 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 really good. Like I'm seriously happy good. As for salmon skin, I mean, if I really, really look really hard, I can maybe see some faint lines. I can tell you that you can see it much less than I can on the Tevo Little Monsters after the 8th diode TL smoothers. But it looks good. It looks really good. Very happy with the result. Looks awesome, especially for a test print. I have no idea what it is, but it looks good. Could be a pregnant sardine. It could be. Like a beluga or something. What temp for PETG on the Ultra Base? Depends. I use 70 on the build plate, and I think about 245 on the hot end, depending on the PETG. The banding, that's not actually banding. It's just slight inconsistencies. This is not banding. That's just color. Like, it's literally color. I think it's where I was like playing around with the temperature. It's not banding though, because it's like smooth. It's other than that, it's slight layer inconsistencies, probably some filament settings. So I will have to try it out. I will have to test it out. I will have to dial in the filament, create my own profile. Oh, we'll see from there. Okay. Which means Buggers gave Joe 2 thumbs down. What? Who? What? Who gave me 2 thumbs down? Which means, okay, all right. Okay, I actually, one of them was before the stream even started. But that's okay. Or the print speed changes, possibly. Okay, so I'm going to call that a success. I'm going to say that this is a painter and not a pizza eater. I have to remember to tell Joel that. I am impressed. Like, I'm genuinely impressed because that was like stupid fast printing. It's quiet, it's solid. Once again, first impressions, there's not a review. I still have to put at least 100 hours worth of printing on this. So it'll take a while because I have quite a few in line. But that's actually impressive. Like, I'm happy. It's a solid little machine. Okay, so we're going to call that good. And it's exactly midnight, almost midnight. So, what do you work is when you're not 3D printing. I'm only 3D printing. That's all I do. I 3D print day and night. Now I teach 3D printing. I 3D print for customers. What else? What else do I do? Anything I can get my hands on. I have a part-time job startup company with a friend of mine. But this is mainly what I do. 3D printing is what I try to focus the most on because it's what I love doing. What's with all the green tape? What green tape? I don't have green tape. Okay. These are just... So this is like the X limit switch. This is the Z limit switch. They're just labeled. Everything on a Tevo is labeled. Okay, so I'm gonna call it a night. It's been awesome once again. I'm glad I did this live stream. I'm actually. Can I record my lessons? I could actually. I'm happy that this thing was like pre-assembled, so I could have some one-to-one time with you guys. Yes, today we sleep early. I need to sleep early. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. It's been absolutely awesome. I want to thank you for all the donations tonight. You have, I cannot begin to explain how much they helped. So to whoever tipped me, super chatted me, thank you very much. I owe you so much. I'll do my best to upload more videos more often. I'll have a bit more time going forward. So fingers crossed, but big moves coming now. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for the interaction. It's been absolutely awesome. Thank you for keeping me company while I printed this thing. And if you want any more information on the printers, links are in the video description. Disclaimer, as I said before, this printer was sent to me directly from Tevo. I left direct links to them, non-affiliate links to Tevo. There's affiliate links for GearBest. No money has exchanged hands. This machine is going to be staying with me in order for me to do a review on it. So it'll be a couple of weeks until that happens. Thank you very much. Once again, thank you for joining in. And as always, yeah. Ooh, now we're quiet. Happy making, guys.